For joining us. Today we're going to be talking about implementing client-focused income plans to help address today's expanding retirement income needs. After spending years focused on savings for retirement, boomers now need to figure out a way to convert their accumulated retirement assets into a reliable income stream they can count on to support their retirement lifestyle. As we know, that's easier said than done, particularly in the light of today's yields in highly volatile market conditions. Yesterday it was all about accumulating assets. Today it's all about income. During our time together, we'll review risk associated with the unknown time horizon. How long a retirement do you need to plan for before retirement? The time horizon generally known, for example, a 35-year-old may be planning for retirement at age 65 or thereabouts. If investment returns are lower than clients hope for, they have a choice. They can either save more or increase their horizon by working longer. After retirement, the time horizon is unknown, because folks don't know how long they're going to live. It's important to note that your higher income clients may need to know even more frosting due to changes in life expectancy. Researchers show that the richer you are, the longer you may live. An increase in additional years of life expectancy is actually greater for men than in women, as shown here. In addition to planning for unknown time horizons, clients also be aware of sequence of return risk. I'm sure you all are already familiar with the concept of sequence of returns risk. For those who are not, sequence of return risk refers to an order in which clients encounter positive and negative investment returns and how a client invests is impacted in that order. Another risk of decumulation we're going to talk about today is spending shocks, which are efficiently unanticipated expenditures. Such expenditures might include major auto or home repairs, durable goods, car, washer, television, computer, lending money to family members, medical health crisis, home health care, insurance, long-term care costs. Now that we examine some of the key risks associated with decumulation, let's talk a brief look of 3 common income planning approaches: navigation and risk accumulation, decumulation, common income planning approaches, a process to help develop client-focused income plans, and guaranteed income solutions. One common income planning approach is systematic withdrawal approach. You calculate a safe withdrawal rate based on historical modeling. Pick a rate that works in the past. Keep low enough to reduce risk about living assets. Even with low levels of spending, no guarantees in the plan will work. May have to cut spending and returns are low or lifetime is long. Regarding investment strategies, the conservative strategy uses a 25% stock allocation and seeks 95% chance of that portfolio will not be depleted within 30 years. The moderate strategy uses a 50% stock allocation and seeks a 90% chance that the portfolio will not be depleted within 30 years. The aggressive strategy uses 75% stock allocation and seeks an 80% chance that that portfolio will not be depleted in 30 years. Analysis assumes that withdrawals are made at the start of each year. Retirees earn the underlying index market's return, and the market return simulations are based on capital market assumptions defined by www.retirementresearchers.com/dashboard. Note, regarding capital market assumptions, expectations, use connect with historical averages, Robert Shiller, that the interest rates and inflation are currently far from historical averages, which is particularly important for retirees because of sequence risk. Early returns matter disproportionately, but it also respects historical averages and does not force returns to remain low for the entire retirement period. One of the structural concerns of systematic withdrawal approach to retirement income is that it is usually based on a period certain assumption. The standard tends to be 30 years, and such is exposed to some longevity risks. What's more, as raised in a recent article on Street.com, if human beings can live 115 years, as study in Nature suggests, what steps should investors take to plan for a potential 50-year retirement? While not all the clients are likely to enjoy more than 30 years of retirement, it's distinctly possible that some of them will. And they are using systematic withdrawals approach, they could run out of money before they run out of time. Another approach to income planning is time segmentation or bucketing strategy. Divvying up assets based on horizon. Each bucket of investment is managed for a different objective. For example, the assets needed for an income today in the short-term bucket are invested differently, more conservative. I apologize. Now that we have reviewed 3 common income planning approaches, let's talk about a specific process you could use to help build some savvy focused plans. So David and Patricia, age 65, retiring, concerned about market fluctuations. Here's a tool to help you plan what their actual expenses might be in discretionary lifetime expenditures. They're making $25,000 a year on Social Security. So the annual gross income would be $25,000, but their actual expenses are $45,000, so they have a $20,000 gap. And then their actual expenses would be $60,000. We do that on a different chart. So the overall income gap is $35,000. So here they have IRAs, retirement plans, investments. Total savings and investment of $800,000. Different return options from 7.5% down to 5.25% for a life income. You can see their investments are basically doubling. So if they had $383,000 in a 401k, they could turn that into a $20,000 a year annuity with a living benefit. That gets them their $45,000 guaranteed income. Here's another scenario. I won't bore you with the details. $40,000, $10,000 gap. Okay, overcome that. This one they have $1.8 million total portfolio. Option 3, income for life. A total investment of $750,000. The remaining assets available is $1.5 million. Option 3. Option 1. Option 2. $473 in mutual funds. I can give them $22,500 for life. There's several case studies I won't bore you with. So we could talk about variable annuities, indexed annuities, income annuities, and fixed annuities. We also have indexed universal life products that work the same as well.